Hey, good morning, everybody. My name is Barry Schwartz, and this is the Search Buzz video recap. Today is Friday, September 17th. This is iPhone pre-order day, just so you know. ETA about an hour and a half. Excited. In any event, lots to discuss today. Google may have done some long Google algorithm update, search algorithm update over from last Thursday afternoon, a week ago. Not this past Thursday, but a week ago Thursday through almost Monday or so. Which is weird. Google did not confirm anything. Two, it looks like maybe there's some anecdotal evidence that the title tags are improving, and Google's making changes there. A bunch of SEO advice posts, some Google and Bing UI changes as well that I want to talk about, and much more. Of course, I'd like to thank our sponsor, Loud Interactive. Thank you so much, Loud, for sponsoring. Appreciate it. Loud's there. Also, a sign over here. I'm kind of getting bored of the old screens, so thank you, Loud. Appreciate it. Check them out at loud.us and owned by Brett D. Payne, a Chicago-based SEO firm. So definitely please check them out at loud.us. All right, let's get into it. So there was a long, really dramatic change, not core levels, but pretty significant over multiple days. You can see, at least from these charts, that the tools all saw it like lighting up like crazy. The chatter was there, even though it was a not long, but a 9/11 weekend. And there was definitely a lot of chatter as well. Although I haven't seen many SEOs specifically say my client went up and down, I definitely saw some people saying my rankings are all over the place. Maybe Google fixed it, I am not sure. But it happened between September 9th and September 12th of this past weekend. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Monday kind of went back to normal in terms of the changes in Google search results. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it was related to 9/11, I'm not sure, but there definitely were people that saw changes. So definitely take a look at that. You may have been impacted by something around there. Don't have any data on this yet, but the people who track the data, like Pete, Dr. Pete, Brody Clark, Bird, a lot of people were noticing some positive improvements to the titles that were in the Google search results. As I said, about a month ago, I believe, Google made some changes to how they show titles in the search results, pulling more so from headers. Google confirmed that change a week after we reported about it. And then it looks like this past week, some people are saying there's improvements there. Google did say they're going to make improvements before they make a meta tag or some type of tag for you to override it. But it looks like Google's making some improvements there. It's not really widespread yet, but I assume we'll start seeing it slowly roll out over the next couple weeks. Google's John Mueller said using internal linking smartly could actually help Google trust your site more often. Somebody asked, only 10% of my pages are indexed. It's a new startup. We do this, that, and the other thing. And John Mueller is like, well, maybe leverage the 10% by linking to them more often. And then the 10% that are actually indexed, use those 10% to actually boost the trust of your other 90% of their pages. Or start slower, maybe do another 10%, do another 10% after that, and so forth. Google has to learn to trust the site over time, especially if it's new, and especially if it's mashing up other people's data. I found the concept of this website's idea pretty interesting. If you want to look at it, I posted about it this week, I think on Monday or Tuesday, so definitely take a look at that. But you can, and many SEOs leverage their internal linking to kind of boost their other pages, and it's not a new concept. It's been going on for many years. Google said site quality is not just about looking at the pages that are not indexed, but your whole entire site. So a lot of people, when they say, oh, my site's not doing well, they look at the pages that are not indexed. They're not in the Google index by looking at the sitemaps report and so forth. And John Mueller is like, you can do that, and you try to figure out what's going on there. But generally, those types of issues are not about specific pages that are not indexed, especially when it comes to, if it's not a technical issue. If it's not a technical issue, it's not about those specific pages, but it's about the whole site in general. So if you see that your pages are not being indexed and there's no technical reason for it, you don't want to just focus on that percentage. I mean, it's the 90% of pages that are not indexed. You don't want to just focus on that. You want to focus on the whole site as a whole and see what you could do to improve things there. Google said it does not differentiate between category pages, filter pages, tag pages, search pages. They're all the same. They're all pages. But what it does differentiate about is how those pages are constructed. If Google finds value in those pages. If it's just a listing of search results with no value, Google's going to be like, well, we don't need these in our index. But if you actually make those pages useful to searchers, Google will and can index them, and they can be pretty useful. Google's John Mueller also said something pretty interesting. He said that lead generation forms, like call to actions that you have above your content, they could be interpreted by Google as ads if the lead generation form's content is not matching or consistent with the content below it. So let's say you have, I don't know, you sell car insurance and you have a page about, I don't know, frogs, I don't know. And on the frog page above it, you have, sign up for our car insurance. Google might go ahead and be like, oh, this looks like an ad. And thus the page layout algorithm or the top heavy ad algorithm might go ahead and be triggered, although we haven't really seen that trigger too much. John Mueller also said that the new content visibility CSS attribute that's supported in modern Chrome browsers is not going to go ahead and really impact your rankings. It may have an impact on your crux data, which may impact the Core Web Vitals on some small level, but generally, again, it will not impact Google's crawling or ranking of your website. John Mueller also said this week in a Ask Googlebot short video that changing your WordPress theme can potentially impact your rankings. So if you change your WordPress theme and it obstructs your navigation and structure and content layouts, that can have an impact on your actual rankings. So be careful when you go ahead and change your website themes. Google's John Mueller spent a little bit more time this week explaining what passage ranking is. This is months and months and months after Google released passage ranking. It's a good explanation. I definitely recommend it. If you want to know what passage ranking is about, I posted about it on September 14th. In short, a really short version is that Google is now better at understanding content throughout longer pages. So if you have a one pager that's really, really long and talks about frogs and talks about birds and talks about squirrels, and you want that to rank well for birds, if it's really good content about birds, Google's going to zone into that piece of birds and actually rank that piece of content for birds. It's not indexing it separately, it's ranking it separately. It's really for pages that are not well optimized. So if you're watching this video and you're an SEO, it's probably not going to go ahead and affect you at all. So just keep that in mind. Google said that changes you make for accessibility reasons are not going to generally be against Google's Webmaster guidelines. So if you make changes where some maybe content might be hidden or you might put more content on certain areas, those, if they're done for accessibility reasons, generally it's not going to go ahead and trigger a Webmaster guideline penalty, so you don't have to worry about that. Google said that intrusive interstitials don't impact indexing, but they can impact ranking. So if you are complaining that you see your site's not indexed and fully being indexed, meaning Google's showing the pages in the sitemap report or the index report in Google Search Console, although it's not ranking, that's fine. But if it's not being indexed at all and it's not showing up in those reports, that doesn't have to do with the mobile interstitial type of penalty, so you don't have to worry about that. Google's Merchant Center has they're now going to start enforcing having unique product identifiers on your product feeds going forward as of I think September 15th or September 14th. So if you do not have unique product identifiers in your Google Merchant feed, specifically for the free listings, Google's going to go ahead and enforce that, and you may see those products being removed from Google Shopping results and so forth. Google Hotel results had an issue where the visit website button, where you wanted to go directly to the actual hotel website, was missing. It was a bug. It was gone for about 24 hours. Google fixed the issue. It was a rendering bug, but people thought, oh, Google's taking all the money for us, and then they're making you go through their booking engine themselves or through a third-party booking engine and not go to the website itself. It's not true. It was a bug with Google, and they actually fixed it within 24 hours. Google is again embedding links to third-party websites and their own websites in featured snippets. So if you see a featured snippet, we reported about this I think a year or so ago, where it had dotted lines, and here's a screenshot of it showing you here's other information about this featured snippet that you could actually do and find more information. So Google's showing feature snippet links within feature snippets to other websites or to your own website. We saw this often back in a year ago, where Google was actually linking to competitors, which was really bad. So it looks like Google's kind of restricting it right now to Wikipedia as well as your own website. So Google, it's pretty cool the way Google's doing that. Hopefully, I don't know, I'm not a huge fan of it, but hopefully if they do release it, it's going to be either to your own website or to Wikipedia, or rather it sticks to your own website if possible. Google's testing these larger site link blocks. I'm not sure if you like the design. It's kind of really a lot, so let me know. And Bing is testing this really cute and cool compact view. We can actually toggle on and off to see the search results in a more compact view versus a more, images and all the stuff out there. So it's pretty cool. I like this compact view as well. In any event, thank you so much for listening to the Search Buzz Video Recap. My name again is Barry Schwartz. This is the search news we covered over at the Search Engine Roundtable at SEOroundtable.com over the past week. Again, today is Friday, September 17th. Thank you so much for Loud for sponsoring. Really, really appreciate it. Thank you, Loud. Check them out at loud.us. Really appreciate it. Everyone have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys next. Goodbye.